The crown of lies. This silence, it is the sound of a universe holding its breath, isn't it? Or perhaps it is merely the rustle of dust motes dancing in the light of a truth long suppressed, finally stirring. Look around you if you dare. This time's Asgard asterisk. This gilded cage, this monument to a gilded lie, now stripped bare. They called me the goddess of death, a moniker whispered with fear and revulsion. A convenient label for the monstrous aberration times created, then cast aside. But I tell you, I am merely the inconvenient truth. I am the echo of every drop of blood spilled, every world conquered, every civilization plundered that built this glistening facade. I am the memory that times tried to bury. The shadow beneath the golden gleam, the honest, brutal heart of what Asgard truly is, and always has been. And now, I am awake. And this time, there will be no more turning away. Do you smell it? The faint tang of ancient blood, iron, and 1,000 years of hypocrisy, masked by perfumed incense and the saccharine whispers of forgotten poets. I do. It seeps into the very stones of this palace, a fragrance known only to those who have truly lived times in its shadows, not merely pranced across its sunlit plazas. They speak of Odin the Allfather, the wise, the benevolent, the unifier. They speak of a realm of peace, of guardians standing against chaos, of a golden age ushered in by his sagacity. Lies, all of it. A carefully curated, meticulously scrubbed chronicle etched onto the very fabric of existence by the victor, designed to erase the inconvenient, the uncomfortable, the undeniably times me asterisk. Before the rainbows, before the gilded bridges arced across the cosmos like a defiant promise of peace, there was only the hammer and the blade. Before the Allfather, there was merely a father, a warrior king and his daughter. We were a storm, he and I. A tempest of ambition, a whirlwind of conquest that swept across the 9 realms, leaving empires in ruin and new territories forged in fire and steel. Our purpose was singular, undeniable, and glorious: to expand, to dominate, to secure Asgard's rightful place at the apex of all creation, not through diplomacy or gentle persuasion, but through the visceral, undeniable language of superior might. I was his instrument, his harbinger, the edge of his spear. He taught me to conquer, to revel in the thrill of dominion, to understand that power is not given, but taken and held with an iron grip. We moved like twin stars, consuming, incorporating, transforming. Every jewel in this crown, every golden plate on these walls, every anthem sung in these halls, it was all paid for in blood. Asterisk my time's blood. Primarily. Asterisk my time's fury. Asterisk. My time's armies of the dead, resurrected and unleashed, not as a desperate measure, but as a core tenet of our strategy. And what did it feel like, you ask, to wield such power? To command the very essence of death? It is not merely a tool, a skill to be honed. It is a symphony, a profound resonance with the fundamental rhythm of the cosmos. To gaze upon a living being and feel the intricate dance of their vitality, the fragile thread that binds soul to flesh, and then to loosen that thread, to call it back into the vast, inexorable current of eternal return. It is a breathtaking intimacy. I don't just kill, I usher, I harvest, I rearrange. My touch is not one of destruction for destruction's sake, but of fundamental transformation. Life and death are 2 sides of the same coin. Inseparable, codependent. To deny death is to deny life its purpose, its fleeting preciousness. I am the sculptor of endings, the architect of new beginnings, for from the soil of death, new life inevitably springs. This power courses through me like a cosmic river, a dark, rich current that grounds me to the very heart of reality. It is who I am. It is what I was born to do. And it is what Odin feared. He saw the empire we built, a glorious, bloody testament to our shared will. He saw the universe trembling before the might of Asgard, and then he flinched. He looked upon the reflection of his own ambition in my eyes, and he saw a monster. Or perhaps, more accurately, he saw times himself, asterisk, unvarnished, unredeemed, and he could not bear it. So, he changed the narrative. He took the axe from my hand, not because he found peace, but because he found an easier way to rule, through pretense. He rewrote the sagas. He built the Rainbow Bridge, not as a symbol of outreach, but as a monument to his sudden manufactured benevolence, spanning worlds he had already bled dry and subjugated. He fashioned himself the All-Father, the Peacekeeper, the benevolent king, erasing the memory of the conqueror, the butcher, the tyrant he once was. And in doing so, he erased me. He imprisoned me, not for my savagery, but for my time's honesty asterisk, for being the unwavering embodiment of the very spirit he had once championed. Imagine that. To be cast into the void, forgotten, while the world you helped forge thrived on your forgotten legacy. To hear the whispers of your name morph from goddess of conquest to the evil one, the betrayer, the rage, oh, the glorious incandescent rage that simmered in that long, dark confinement. It was not a mindless fury, it was a righteous indignation, a burning testament to the deepest betrayal. He did not simply defeat me, he disowned me. He rewrote my very existence out of his history books, hoping the universe would forget the price of Asgard's golden age. But the universe remembers, the dead remember, and I never forgot. They say Asgard became a beacon of peace. I say it became soft, decadent, complacent, a glittering bauble built on stolen glory, its true strength allowed to atrophy, its warriors trained in parades rather than genuine battle. The very essence of its dominion, the ruthless ambition that propelled it to cosmic prominence, was denied, suppressed, allowed to fester beneath layers of sycophantic praise and false virtue. Look at his sons, the heirs he chose over me. One, a tempestuous child, wielding a weapon he times deemed worthy, rather than forging his own path. The other, a trickster, a shadow, an illusionist. Neither possessed the true fire, the untamed hunger for power that courses through my veins. Neither understood the true weight of the crown, the constant vigilance, the unyielding will required to maintain an empire, to times be times an empire. They were content with the gilded cage, with the illusion of peace, never questioning the blood that fertilized the soil beneath their manicured feet. My philosophy? It is simple, unadorned, and brutally truthful. Life is a constant struggle for dominance. Power is the only currency that matters in the cosmic ledger. Weakness is a sin, to be purged. Death is not an ending, but a passage, a truth, a constant renewal. To fear death is to fear life itself. To embrace it, to understand its power, is to understand the very engine of existence. Asgard was built on this truth. It thrived on this truth. And when Odin abandoned it, he doomed Asgard to a slow, lingering rot. He replaced the mighty oak with a fragile vine, clinging to a false narrative, waiting for the inevitable storm to tear it down. And that storm, my dear onlookers, has arrived. I am that storm. My return is not merely an act of vengeance, though vengeance is a delicious byproduct. It is a correction, a necessary rebalancing. The universe demands honesty. It demands strength. It demands a ruler who understands the true nature of power, who is not afraid to wield it, to stain their hands with the necessary blood to maintain order. Odin's Asgard was a fantasy. My Asgard will be real. It will be carved from the raw essence of power, a testament to unyielding will, an empire that looks its truth in the eye, unflinching. Do I feel doubt? Perhaps. In the long, lonely eons of my confinement, there were fleeting moments. A flicker of what might have been had Odin not succumbed to his weakness, had we continued our reign side by side, an unstoppable force. A pang of regret for the shared purpose that was fractured, irrevocably broken. But such moments are like dust motes in the vastness of my will, easily dismissed, swept away by the prevailing current of my resolve. For what is regret but a distraction, a weakness? My path is clear, my purpose is absolute, and the universe in its infinite wisdom has deemed it time for my return. The pain? The pain of betrayal is a unique agony. It twists the gut, it burns the soul, but it also sharpens the mind, hardens the resolve. It transforms mere anger into a surgical precision, a cold, calculating drive. He thought to bury me, to forget me, to render me irrelevant. But one does not simply bury death. One does not forget the architect of an empire. He thought I would crumble, that the long isolation would dull my edge. Instead, it only honed it. Every second of that confinement was a crucible, forging me anew, stripping away any last vestiges of sentimentality, leaving only pure, distilled purpose. I am not merely Hela. I am the embodiment of Odin's greatest sin and his greatest triumph. And I am here to collect my due. The armies of hell, my loyal legions, now stir. The dead rise, not as mindless drones, but as instruments of my will, bound by an ancient oath, yearning to reclaim their purpose. They are the honest face of war, the unflinching truth of conquest, the very foundations of the Asgard times he times tried to deny. They are coming, and together we will cleanse this realm of its weakness, its false promises, its saccharine illusions. We will burn away the artifice and rebuild. Not a golden city built on lies, but a fortress of unbreakable will, a beacon of true power, unashamed and unyielding. This is not a new era of peace. This is an era of truth, an era of honest dominion, an era where strength is revered and weakness is purged. This is not about terror. It is about order. My order. The natural order. The universe needs a shepherd who understands the wolves. It needs a goddess who is not afraid of the shadows, but embraces them, for they are just as vital as the light, and I am that goddess. So, gaze upon your new queen. Gaze upon the rightful ruler. Return to her throne. The crown of Asgard, once weighed down by the false virtues of its Allfather, will now be worn by one who understands its true blood-soaked lineage. This isn't just a kingdom I'm reclaiming, it's a cosmic balance I'm restoring. And the universe, whether it knows it or not, will finally understand the true glory of a reign forged in honest death, not cowardly deceit. Let the whispers die and the screams begin.